What's going on, guys? Alex here with Angler Sports Center, and we're going to bring you your weekly fishing report. Now, as you guys know, Rockfish has opened up now. This is going to be our first weekend getting, pretty much full information about, what's going on out there. There was some, small info out there before the season opened up with some of the guys, primarily in Southern Maryland, trying to catch some speckled trout. But remember, these fish are pretty much going to be your summer resident fish, maybe a few migratory fish that are still going to be moving around. For what we heard from yesterday, there was a few fish pretty much all throughout the area. There wasn't like one spot that was better than the other, and we're going to start north, pretty much Bay Bridge before the afternoon. Once the wind picked up, some guys were live lining and jigging around the bridge, and they actually did pretty good. A lot of size in the mid-20s, a lot of sizes between that slot size, 19-24, and even a lot of overs. So now your overs are going to be fish pretty much bigger than 24 inches. Same thing, 3/4 ounce. Jigs paired up with BKDs, any 6-inch straight tail or even a paddle tail like the 5-inch diesel minnows. Once you get to a slack tide, maybe get down to a 5/8 or even ½ ounce if you're fishing anywhere from 20 foot of water or less. One of those things will be also, if you're not a guy that wants to do artificials, you can go through all the pilings, move around, and either drift soft crabs throughout the pilings with a fish finder rig and 1 ounce sinker, drop it down, and then just drift through the pilings. That's a great way to do, catch rockfish with soft crabs. Another way to do it is just live lining. We do have live spot, and there is spot out there. So if you want to catch your own, obviously bloodworms and lugworms are going to be your best thing. But if you're going through the pilings, remember, move around. Don't anchor up in live line. Set adrift, or if you have a trolling motor, just kind of hit your spot lock if you have that, and fish each piling and keep moving. Obviously, find the best piling with the best amount of fish on there. But other than that, if you're fishing open water, we did hear of a good amount of fish pretty much in your typical spots that we always find them, like the mouth of Eastern Bay right at the hill, even down towards Poplar Island, and even Thomas Point Lighthouse. If you want to do some top water as we get to the early morning, that's going to be your best time, and also in the evening. So remember, the same patterns we have, those fish are still schooling up for the summer when we get those massive schools that move up north. I'm sure we're going to be getting a couple good reports this upcoming few days of some of those schools of fish congregating and starting to move north, as we have had the same pattern for the past 4 years. Catfishing is still good, so if you're going out there and chunking for rockfish, you're going to encounter a lot of catfish still, especially if you're fishing north of the bridge, anywhere from Sandy Point Light, Baltimore Lighthouse, and then the 7-foot knoll up in the mouth of the Patapsco. And those are going to be 3 other spots where you might want to go out there and do that, and make sure you have some moving tide. When we're talking about bottom fishing, there's plenty of perch and spot out in the area, like we mentioned it. Most of your spot are perfect live lining size, anywhere from 4 to 5 inches. So get out there, use some bloodworms and catch some spot, and then obviously live line them. Crabbing still kind of picking up. We're still fishing a little bit deeper for those crabs, setting up traps in like 10 foot of water around pretty much soft bottom. That's going to be the ticket. That's it for your fishing report, guys, and we'll see you back next week.